Sarah. It's always a real pleasure to read a manga that is written and drawn by the mangaka who knows how to tell a story in a unique and meaningful way. Here are two page turners that have impressed me recently. Ken Miyama is a 17-year-old with three secrets. He can talk to cars, he can handle pretty girls, and to work as a private investigator. We first met Kei as he's driving through a spectacular and lonely landscape of Iceland, and he ends up in a ditch. Kei, 17 and going on 20, something much as Ichigo in Bleach is 15, is working as a private investigator and now has to watch a target he was pursuing driving further and further away. With his beloved car in its sight, it looks like if he's stuck there for the night with sleeping bag, camping gas stoves, and supplies, he's not unprepared until he can flag down another car for help. He's utterly oblivious to the fact that he's being watched by a long-haired young woman, and when it starts to rain, he is fast asleep inside the car. She creeps in beside him, taking his blanket. Is she a ghost, or has this all been a dream? Kei is Japanese but lives with his French grandfather in Reykjavik. His parents are dead and his only living relation is his younger brother, Mishitaka, who is still, as far as his grandfather knows, in Japan. However, a brutal encounter with an older man leaves Kei badly beaten up and confused by what the stranger tells him. Mishitaka Miyama killed my best friend. Mishitaka Miyama is a murderer. The stranger refuses to believe that Kei has no idea whether his brother is assisting the younger boy is in Iceland. The Kei is a mystery to solve the artifacts him personally. In fact, two mysteries, for he also means has lost the enigmatic long-haired young woman, Lilja. A cellist, is there a link? Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest, to 16 plus is by Aki Iri. Best known for a mind-blowing fantasy series Run to the Grey World, and mixes a compelling and stark psychological murder mystery intrigue with a more lighthearted pinch of magic realism. Kei really doesn't communicate with his car, but perhaps the real star of the series is Iceland itself, or the way that Aki Iri portrays it, seen from Kei's eyes. The wide open empty spaces, the natural hot springs, the dramatic changes of weather, there are plenty of lovely little touches sprinkled throughout the manga, that is used in the Icelandic language. The back cover of each volume, and these are very nice volumes intended for vertical comics, shows objects they are used in the story, with the names of the Icelandic beneath the neat. Glossy black print, but it's a desire to watch Kei unravel the twisty mystery at the heart of slowly and also the way in his relationship with the enigmatic Lilja. Lilja slowly evolves. They will keep you coming back to this manga and find out what happens next. Go with the Clouds, North by West is ongoing in 5 volumes. If you enjoy slice of life BL stories that focus on interesting, complex characters trying to make a fresh start, then Kokomi's Restart After Kokomi Back Home and its sequel Restart After Growing Hungry for 7 Seas comes highly recommended. Kosuka Mitsuimi has been fired for his city job at 25 and with nowhere else to go. He ends up back at his parents' home in the country village when he grew up. Depressed and angry, he's distracted from his feelings by a young neighbor, Koma Yamato, an adopted son of the elder free farmer, whose outwardly sunny nature nevertheless hides a certain sadness and insecurity. It takes a while, but Yamato's good humor and companionship eventually help Mitsuimi to come to terms with his predicament and find a new direction in his life. In return, Mitsuimi determines to be there for Yamato when he takes the brave more to try and find out about his unknown birth mother, why he was abandoned as a baby. The little glimpse of village life in this part of Japan are convincing add to the charm of the story. Under the problems being is a single-sex couple and the providing parents with expecting a long hope for grandchildren and inevitably arise and are not airbrushed anyway. Sympathetically portrayed by Kokomi's naturalistic graphic style, the story of the two young men slowly growing closer to one another is told in a nuanced and realistic way. Mitsuimi is especially relatable, hiding his heart and disappointment in his failure to make a success of his business career behind a prickly manner, by gradually toning and finding a new meaning under Yamato's irresponsible, cheerful influence. This is a manga that doesn't shy away from the difficulties of being gay in a small community, but nevertheless put across a positive and hopeful picture of a nascent relationship that will touch readers' hearts.